Manuel Ugarte and Man United could be a match made in heaven. This guy might already be better than Casemiro. Yeah, you heard me right. And guess what? The stats are saying he could be perfect for the Premier League. But hold up, is it really worth dropping £59 million on a midfielder when you already got Scott McTominay, who banged in 10 goals in all competitions last season? Stay tuned because I'm about to spill the tea on the scary truth about Manuel Ugarte that no one else is talking about. Manuel Ugarte moved to PSG in 2023, but now he's on the move again. Manchester United, looking to beef up their midfield, have their eyes on the Uruguayan, and it totally makes sense. Last season, United were way too open, letting opponents get off an average of 17.6 shots per game. Only Sheffield United had worse stats in Europe's top 5 leagues. So yeah, they have signed center backs, but the main focus is finding a tough-as-nails partner for Kobbie Mainoo in the middle of the park. With Casemiro likely on his way out after just 2 years at Old Trafford, it's no surprise United are being linked with a bunch of midfielders. Benfica's João Neves and West Ham's Edson Alvarez are also on their radar, with Alvarez possibly reuniting with Ten Hag. But here's the kicker, Ugarte is already better than Casemiro, and we have the stats to back it up. This guy was linked with a Premier League move last summer, with Chelsea showing interest before PSG swooped in. Now he's set to make waves at United. Who is this young player? Manuel Ugarte's story is pretty wild. He made his professional debut 8 years ago at just 15 for Phoenix, making history as the youngest player from the 21st century to play professionally in Uruguay. He started off as a striker and scored his first goal in 2019. Then he switched to midfield, making 14 more appearances in the Uruguayan Premier Division before heading out in 2020. Next stop, Portugal. He signed a 5-year contract with Famalicão and made his debut for them in January 2021 with a 2-0 win at Santa Clara. Ugarte quickly became a starter thanks to his versatility and ability to play in any midfield spot. After that, he moved to Sporting, starting as a backup before earning a regular spot in the lineup. And let's not forget his international experience. He's got 22 caps for Uruguay's national team and 5 for the youth team. This guy's got the chops. Manuel Ugarte had a solid season at PSG, racking up 37 appearances and 27 starts. His defensive game definitely turned heads. Ugarte is one of the most CDMs you're likely to see, especially in the modern game. Like most South American and Uruguayan players, he's all about the endless running. Check out his heat map from League One last season, and you'll see he was all over the pitch, with his main area, of course, being in midfield. Having that kind of energy is crucial in today's game, and we all know how important it is in the Premier League. Stamina like that is a must-have for midfielders. And typical of South American players, Ugarte loves a tackle. He's the kind of guy who doesn't shy away from getting stuck in, which is something every team needs in a CDM. As a defensive midfielder, Ugarte averaged 14.44 duels per 90 minutes, winning nearly half of them at 7.05. He's got the drive, the stamina, and the tackling spirit to make a real impact. Whether he's the perfect fit for United, though, is still up for debate. Strengths and weaknesses. One of Ugarte's biggest strengths is his ability to intercept passes and tackles. During his best season at Sporting, he made 57 interceptions and averaged 4.64 tackles per 90 minutes, with 2.64 of those tackles leading to his team-winning possession. Things dipped a bit at PSG, but he still managed 40 interceptions and averaged 4.56 tackles per 90 minutes, with 2.65 of those leading to possession being overturned. Ugarte also has an impressive average of over 8 recoveries per 90 minutes, which was the highest in the Premier Liga. He rarely loses possession and is exceptional at making that first pass after receiving the ball, often setting up dangerous attacks toward the opposition box. Considering his past experience as a striker for Phoenix and his well-rounded football skills, this 23-year-old Uruguayan is equally strong in both defense and attack. Opposing players rarely get past him in midfield. However, he does have some weaknesses that might raise concerns at United. His disciplinary record is one of them. In the 2022-23 Liga Portugal season for Sporting, Ugarte received 11 yellow cards and committed 62 fouls. But there's a silver lining. He's shown signs of calming down, getting only 5 yellow cards last season at PSG. Better than Casemiro? With United looking to offload Casemiro before the new season kicks off, Ugarte could slide right in as a natural replacement for the Brazilian. Last season, Casemiro averaged 3.77 tackles per 90 minutes, with 2.55 of those leading to possession. He managed these numbers over 25 appearances and 24 starts, clocking in 1,982 minutes on the pitch. This was a step up from his first year at Old Trafford, where he averaged 3.73 tackles per 90 minutes, with 1.95 of those leading to turnovers in possession. Casemiro also had an average of 80.1 touches per 90 minutes, with 0.82 take-ons and only 0.41 of those being successful. Ugarte, on the other hand, averaged 74.3 touches per 90 minutes, with 1.86 take-ons and 0.98 of those being successful. So while Casemiro has the edge in touches, Ugarte is more effective with his take-ons. The stats make a pretty strong case for Ugarte's dominance, but it's up to Ten Hag to decide if Ugarte will be Casemiro's permanent replacement or just a backup. Ugarte has the edge when it comes to interceptions and tackles. He's also a much safer passer than the Man United star, which is reflected in their passing stats. Ugarte has a higher passing success rate, while Casemiro completes more progressive passes. But Casemiro isn't the only player we should compare Ugarte to. If he joins United, he'll likely be teaming up in midfield with Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo has a solid 2023-24 season, making 24 appearances and starting in every game he played. He averaged 51.1 touches and 2.71 take-ons per 90 minutes, with 1.45 of those being successful. Can he fit into United's squad? Back at Sporting, Ugarte often played at the base of the midfield in a 3-4-2-1 formation alongside Hidemasa Morita. Later at PSG, he sometimes switched to being the midfielder protector in a 4-1-5 setup. Ten Hag likes to roll with a 4-2-3-1 formation, which means Ugarte would have a crucial defensive role next to Mainoo. If the stats are anything to go by, this could make for an impressive midfield partnership. The deal isn't done yet, but if United can snag their target, the numbers suggest Ugarte could be one of the Premier League's top defensive midfielders. For a United side that was as open as they were in the Premier League, Ugarte would need to be a one-man wrecking ball in a key area of the pitch. However, there's a flip side. At PSG, even with so much possession, Ugarte was dribbled past quite a bit, and his perceived recklessness could spell trouble for Ten Hag's side. The Dutchman needs someone to stop teams from chancing their luck so often, not a player who might struggle with the demands of Premier League football. On the ball, Ugarte can be a bit too safe. His 91.5% pass success rate ranked 9th in League One, but given PSG's dominance, you'd expect high numbers. Only 14.6% of his passes were forward last season, playing it safe to let creative stars like Vitinha, Warren Zaire-Emery, Fabian Ruiz, and Ashraf Hakimi do their thing. In Ten Hag's 4-2-3-1 setup, Ugarte wouldn't have the same luxury. You can almost picture Bruno Fernandes's frustration if Ugarte misses a chance to get the ball to United's creator-in-chief. Ugarte's ball-winning skills are appealing, but United needs someone who can break the lines as well as rob opponents of possession.